Wiarton is it's a little town. Has been there for ages. I think that was a hub of years ago. I have a book that I read. It was a business people would come up here. They were in logging business, more or less that's what it was. A logging, fishing, furniture. They even have a train. Train was coming from the south in Wiarton because business was booming. And well, I guess there was no more wood, no more lumber. And you know what happened when the business people don't have any more profit. They move away, they're gone somewhere else. But some of them left. And have the children, and you know, that's what it is. And I don't see a Wiarton increasing in population because there's no job, and that's simple as that. And why is no job? I spoke to lots of business people from the south, potentially to come up and open businesses. What I'm getting from them feedback is by the time we bring the raw material up the highway from, of course, Toronto, Kitchener, Waterloo, it costs us so much. And it's very hard to get qualified people to do some jobs. For instance, mill people, trades, qualified trades. And by the time, even if I find that, take that raw material, now it's finished material down south, it costs so much. So I think we are caught in between the rock and a hard place. The only thing that we have here, it's the nothing store, it's a service business, and that doesn't pay much. It's a store, Tim Horton, a quarry. That's the only business that we have here. What I like to see, Kaframo, it's the one over there. What I like to see, and the question is, what are you going to do for the young people? Myself, I grew up in a rural area. And after high school, I went to college to a city. And the city was, far away from my grandmother where I grew up. And she wanted me to stay, but you cannot stay. You can't have a family and live out of nothing. So what I like to see, as I said before, everybody wants their kids to be a lawyer, doctors, engineers, and whatnot. But I says, what's wrong with apprenticeship? Local people, you have carpenters, electrician, plumbers, trades, and those are well-paid jobs. And it's needed, always needed, no matter where you are. And I like to pursue this. Encourage local tradesmen to get those kids in those trades. So the older generation is going passed away, but you have to leave something to the younger one. So help them, give them a push. Another thing, what I like to see, I'm hearing, what are you going to do for the less fortunate one, the people that cannot buy a house? What I like to see, if any developer comes in, if that developer can, excuse me, if that developer can, say 10% of that subdivision would be built for low income people. So they have a chance to have a house. And that has been done. I know that has been done in Toronto under the provincial government years ago, and why can't we just lobby those people and says, why can't we do it here? Here's the Wiarton, and this is our mascot, as you see it on the right hand side. Wiarton Willie. Hi Willie. looks really nice little park. And on the left-hand side, this is the building that was built under council that I was on, and Gwen Gilbert was a mayor. That's the police station that was built, and we supported 100% at that time. So anyway, that's where we are, and we are going. There's some other storage businesses here, and there's the trusses down the road. I mean, there's small businesses out here, but these businesses have been here for years. This is a propane. There was some issue in between this propane and the new subdivision land on the left that they call Meadow, but they sort of iron out their differences, and the Meadow is approved now. When they're going to start to put a shovel in the ground, we don't know, because they still don't have a master plan in their hands. We didn't see anything. I mean, I asked on one of the meetings for the planner, I says, well, can you show me anything? People like to know what you're going to build, so we're still working on it. So anyway, there's a motel, and it's quite busy in July and August, and then we have a real estate agency. There's the planning building, Bruce County planning building that they bought that. There's the home hardware, and this is a good business, employ lots of people, yeah, you see houses on either side. These houses have been here for years and years and years. There's a beautiful house over there that I always admire. It was run down, and now it's brought to the glory. If you look, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable sight. We have a food store here. Very soon a hospital is over there that employ lots of people. It's a nice little town, and it's a Foodland that was built here next to the Tim Horton, and that's employing also lots of local. So no matter where you look, see gas stations and flower shops and ice cream. This is a town hall on our left. That's all the decisions that are made for the town of South Bruce Peninsula. We have a post office on the right hand side. We have a couple intersections. There used to be only one when I started council in 2000, and this one was installed about 2 years ago, I believe, 2-3 years ago. Used to be a crosswalk, and they put the lights, but that's what it is. And the shops, as I said, on either side. And this is our local echo. And the road is bumpy, as you can see it. Needs the improving. And I think that's down the road that we spend lots of money on everything else, but the road is just like orphan. Nobody's looking after, and I wish that should be looked in a general. And that's when I said we need if we ever hire another consultant, it should be a road engineer to do the road study and put it at the list priority of the roads and to be done. Here we go again. To be done. So now we are in a beautiful Bluewater Park, which we have a baseball field here. And a playground for kids, and there's a fish cleaning station, and Wiarton Willie statue. So people park their car here in the trailer, and there's the ramp where they go, boating, whatever they do, fishing or whatnot. So it's just a beautiful, if you look, beautiful horizon. I mean, you don't find anywhere, anything like this. And again, I like to keep it that way. You can look at the cliffs over there above the... I mean, what you see now, there's not many people here because all the tourists are gone. And it's middle of the week, so at the end of the week anyway. There's a restaurant here, very good restaurant. That's the library. I was part of that committee when that was redone. 2002. There's the old food store here, which is boarded up. It's a private entity. We don't have much to do with this. And as you see, it's an eyesore at this moment. The grass is going through the concrete. It's not looked after. So it is an eyesore for this little town to stay like this. This used to be the building, but Barney bin. And it used to have a restaurant, and it was, and somebody bought it and got it and put the condominiums in. Quite nice place. And now we are going toward Wiarton water plant. And at the left side is our cliffs, and on the right hand, it's a privately owned and corporation, I guess. And people, if they have a boat, they bring it here. And if you look to the right, you see the Georgian Bluff on the other side. There's also airport. You see some of the mechanical sort of things up in the air. That's the Wiarton Airport, which was Georgian Bluffs and town of South Bruce Peninsula were partner in the business, and town sold it for $650,000 to a partner, Georgian Bluffs. Nothing is done at this moment with it, and I don't know what they're going to do. It's their business now. So here is the place. It's called Spirit Rock, which probably everybody heard about it or read about it, about the maiden that jumped from the top because her parents would not let her marry the other different tribe, I believe. This is a Wiarton water plant, and strictly owned and operated capital and service with Wiarton water users. They built that years ago, and this is looked after by Aqua. And of course, it's a part of the town business, but it's users pay. What it is interesting, the water from here is taken by truck into Elephant Plant, because Elephant Plant cannot provide potable water for their two subdivisions over there. So the decision was made to truck the water from here, put it in a reservoir in Elephant, and that's where people get their water from. And the Wiarton, I mean the Elephant Plant is huge expense to the small communals wells in Sobo. So that is, if I'm elected, that would be front and center things to deal with it, and should be dealt long time ago, but somehow it's just like pass it on, pass it on, pass it on.